Hey, good morning or good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike with smartoptiontrading.com. It's Wednesday, the 25th of October. This is our midweek update, and it's been a very messy week here in the markets. We gapped down today, and we just have sold off, and we breached Monday's low, which is not a great sign here for the markets at all. We're under the 200 day. We're under all the moving averages now, and when you look at what's going on here, we're starting to lose key levels here. We're right into this breakout area of this 418 down to 416. Your 10% correction, the market is 413.50, sitting a little bit below here. We're nowhere near oversold yet. So, a lot going on here, and the market's just not reacting well. And we're going to go over why here, what are some things we should start watching for as we go forward. So let's go up here to the Qs first. The Qs, which had been stronger today, also breaking the recent lows for the first time. It had been much stronger than the market had not yet broken the low from back here in September until today. The IWM, which has been just a mess, new lows here. The Dow held in better, probably thanks to Visa. The financials also held in today for what it's worth, and energy remains mostly weak and out of play. Some positives for the market. Crude remains weak, although bouncing back up here off the 82 area, but remains mostly weak. HYG had put a couple nice candles in coming in today, but not horribly. The negatives. Bonds continue to get just destroyed. Another big down candle here today. The 10-year rate almost back to 5%. This is putting a lot of pressure on the markets. The dollar, which had weakened, pushing up again strong back into the top of this area of this range. And then if it breaks above that, we'd be testing the recent highs up there. These are some things the market doesn't want to see. The VIX remains mostly out of play. It's not anywhere near where it was on Monday. You can see here, while the market's on lower, the VIX is not anywhere near the highs, so that would be a decent sign. And what else could we talk about here before we go into some charts and some other things? Good question. Gold. Gold remains very strong, right? So they've been hiding in gold, and Bitcoin also strong, as we're looking for the SEC to approve a Bitcoin ETF. Big ramp up there. So let's talk about what happened last night and go over it. Google had earnings, and they did not like Google. And how do you know they didn't like Google? Because the first candle on the 5-minute chart, you can see the one was this big down move, and it never really recovered much off of. Forget this candle. This is a bad print. A lot of these things after hours. They didn't like the cloud. The cloud had slowed. The cloud missed. Advertising was strong, and I think that's important to recognize is that advertising was strong, which will feed into Meta earnings tonight, which I think will probably be pretty good. So they dumped Google on this. Guidance was also just eh. Microsoft had extremely strong report. Their cloud, they blew it out of the water. However, at the end of the day, their guidance was flat. So again, not the greatest going on there. So far, earnings have been kind of hit and miss, and more on the miss side here at this point, and just not great guidance. And guidance is what this market is looking for. Amazon getting dumped here. Everybody worried that their cloud is going to be a big miss. They've been having problems there as well. So you got a lot of pressure suddenly on tech stocks. We know Tesla talking about things are slowing down. We have the car auto loans. The average auto loan is approaching 10%. These are type of numbers that make owning new cars and used cars very unattainable and very difficult for many people out there. So you have, with inflation up and the interest rates up, now you're creating a lot of double negatives out there. So, we're having problems here. Visa also came out last night. And if you listen to the call, it came roaring back here thanks to a 25 billion buyback, but they warned that they see 2024 transaction volume down, and that is killing names like Affirm here today, who's getting shellacked, Square, which is holding in slightly better, as well as PayPal, among others. Netflix continues to hold in well. Couldn't try to break out today. That breakout was in the first minute or two of the day. It was instant pop on the open, and then it came right back in. So right now it's a time to be extra careful. If you're short, to move your shorts up. We'll see what Meta brings tonight. I think Meta is probably going to have a good report, and then we'll see what they have to say for guidance. Boeing reported this morning. They missed badly on EPS. They missed on revenue. They lowered their deliveries for their planes, but they maintained their cash flow outlook, and the market liked that. And it bounced back a little bit before rolling back over here and back into the lows here, 176. Again, not a good company. Interest rates also a problem there. So we got Meta and IBM tonight with Now is also tonight. Tomorrow morning we have Royal Caribbean, Valero, and UPS. So interesting names coming up here, and then tomorrow night we get another busy night ahead. So wishing everybody well. I'll catch you guys in the morning. I'm staying late for earnings tonight. We'll see if we can make some money on Meta. Have a good one, everybody. Be safe.